Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How the heck are you doing today? Today we're going to be looking at 10 things that you still didn't know about Fortnite. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that you've been playing this game for a while and you think you know everything, but it turns out you don't. Because I thought I knew everything until I decided to make this list. And it turns out there's a lot of just really small nuances and details about Fortnite that I didn't even realize. Now, maybe 1% of you guys out there that are the hardcore players do know these kinds of things, but I'm willing to bet that the majority of you guys watching this video will not know everything on this list. And if you do, I'll send you a free cookie. Now, with that being said, before we do get into it, if you guys could subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I also just wanted to quickly mention that my sponsor, G Fuel, they're running a code right now with coupon code SMITH40, you'll get 40% off. G Fuel is an energy supplement used for studying, gaming, all that good stuff. Link in the description. So coming in at our number 10 spot, we've got something on this list that I actually didn't even know. And that is that apples actually spawn on trees. Now, I guess I've just never really bothered to look up at a tree to see an apple, because they're on the ground and you're looking on the ground for apples to heal your health. But they actually do spawn in the trees sometimes. I found this out from Reddit user Insinark, and I gotta say, it's one of those things that I literally just had no idea was a thing. And what I actually find even more unbelievable about this is that if you break the tree that the apple was in, it will stay up in the air. So I don't know how I've ever missed this and not seen them, but apparently this is a thing. Number 9. The secret of the minigun. Now, if you don't have the loading screen, or maybe you're just like me and are super unobservant, you may not know this fact. I've always wondered how it would be possible for a single player to run around the map carrying 5 gigantic human-sized miniguns. And it turns out that that's actually not quite the case. Miniguns are actually carried around in a portable suitcase that when you pull them out, they basically expand into the big thing that we know. And the clip that you're seeing comes from Elevator is Best, who just has a really nice slow motion shot of this happening. And while it is a really cool animation, there is one huge flaw with it. If you notice, the whole thing starts popping out and then the front end just kind of magically appears. So although it's really cool, it's not exactly realistic. Anyways, moving on to our number 8 spot. This is Bouncy Stuff. So if you've been playing much Season 5, you guys have probably found out by this point that the top of golf carts, or ATKs, are actually bouncy. You can fall from the sky, land on one, you won't take fall damage, and it kind of acts the same way as tires do. But did you know if you break a fire hydrant and jump while it's spewing out water, it will actually also send you into the air?
Oj, der er også en op på den hus der. 60-30 skud, ja. Oj, nu falder han sgu ned til mig.
I've been playing since before Season 1, and I didn't know that. And along with ATKs and fire hydrants, you can also get a little bit of a boost from diving boards. The detail that Epic Games includes in Fortnite is just absolutely amazing. Coming in at number 7, this is one that probably like 90% of you guys know, but I'm including it for the 10% that really should know this. The tactical shotgun is automatic. I think we get it in our minds so much that the shotgun is just like a thing that you go tap, 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 but you can actually just hold it down and just rapid fire. And I'm not really a fan of doing it this way because it feels weird and it just doesn't really work with the way I want to use a shotgun, but it's one of those things that you can do if you want to. And when I found out about this one, it was kind of the same way that I felt about when I realized that the ray gun from Zombies is automatic. It was just like, everything that I knew is a lie. Okay, now coming in at our number 6 spot, this is probably one that I bet you guys didn't know, and that there is actually a way to avoid clinger damage. So it seems as though in Season 5, explosives are getting the big buff, and clingers, among other things, can be pretty annoying. When you get stuck by a clinger, I mean, it's like, okay, my life is pretty much over. I'm gonna go cry in a corner. It's done. I hate Fortnite, and I'm gonna quit. But for real, there is, I don't know if this is a glitch or an exploit or just a way of the game, but if you get stuck with a clinger and go through a rift, which is a very, very off chance thing of happening, the clinger will not cause damage. And even if you're in an area that has rifts and maybe you have a guy throwing clingers at you, it's something worth knowing of, oh, okay, I'm stuck. I need to run into this rift now. It's obviously pretty hard to make that happen, but it's a very, very cool feature of the game, and you should try to take advantage of it before it gets removed, if it does get removed. So coming in at number 5, we have another one of those things that really just amazes me and shows to me how smart and detailed that Epic Games is. Back with the release of shopping carts, there was a feature where basically if you were the person that was riding it and you shot an RPG, it would give you a little bit of a boost. And probably most of you guys know that, but if you don't, there's a nice little pro tip. But with the addition of ATKs, this has gone actually even further. And if you are going forwards and you shoot the RPG in the direction of that, it will actually stop. So this comes from Reddit user TheDuck135 who tested this out, and I gotta say, it's one of those things that most likely is not going to help you, but it's a really interesting and just small fact about the game. And the weird thing about this is it doesn't seem like the RPG actually gives much of a boost to the ATKs, but again, it does give you this stopping power. Now coming in at number 4, we've got a tip for the more advanced PC players. This comes from Reddit user, I can't believe I have to say this name, Dixon_Butts. And basically what his post was is that today I learned you can outrun a collapsing double ramp with walls and floors, but not a double ramp with just walls. If you're a strong enough player where you can do this, this is actually a really helpful feature. So let's say you're in a situation where you need to launch pad out of an area, and maybe you're just super paranoid or you've just got a sneaking suspicion that someone is going to shoot your ramp on the way up to the launch pad down. And you've got teammates that are maybe a little bit further behind you. And knowing this strategy could actually help save your teammates if it does start to get shot down. So basically the reason that this works is the way that structures break is not like consistent. It's like it's almost in groups of I think either 3 or 4 structures at a time. So if you have just the wall and the ramp, it goes much faster. But because it has to do wall, ramp, floor, then it takes more time, and because of that you can outrun it. This is one of those things that it really only applies to the better players out there, but if you do really need to make sure that all your teammates are gonna make it, and you've got the mats for it, it's definitely a helpful thing to know. So a lot of the epic pickaxes are very cool because they're animated and they do special things, but there's one pickaxe that is kind of beyond next level cool. The Rainbow Smash pickaxe is a very dynamic pickaxe, and again, I know most of you guys know this, so I'll be brief. After you get 2 kills, the horn on the Rainbow Smash pickaxe gets bigger. I think that's really cool, even though most people know it, so I kind of wanted to include it just for that. Anyways, moving on to our number 2 spot. I am going to be very impressed if any of you guys know this one, because I didn't know it. The Dark Voyager actually has something written on his feet. So when you're looking at the Dark Voyager's feet, for some reason I always thought that it was just like a glowing little thing, but the bottom of his shoes actually say space, which I think is, again, it's one of those really cool little attentions to detail that Epic made that just makes the game so much cooler. I love little tiny Easter eggs like that, and I would never notice something like that because to me, again, it literally just looks like glowing stuff. But it's one of those things that I think is absolutely awesome. But coming in at our number 1 spot, this is another one of those just amazing details in the game, and it is this. So for this last one, we want to look at the legendary skin known as the Raven. The Raven is in my top 3 skins along with the Skull Trooper and the Red Knight. And I never knew this. It's probably one of my most used skins of all time. I had no idea. When the Raven gets eliminated, when he dies, his eyes stop glowing. Oh my god, like I know that's such a simple thing, and maybe I just like this one so much because I'm a huge fan of the Raven. He's on my channel banner, but like when I heard that, I was so amazed that I never noticed that. And interestingly enough, this actually also happens with some of the other skins, including the Dark Vanguard and the Dark Voyageur. Their eyes don't go out, but the glowing parts on their suits actually stop. That to me is just so cool. And I don't know about you guys, but it's again one of those things that I was like, wow. I love Epic Games for doing something like that. So yeah, I know it's one of those small details, but I just think it's absolutely awesome. Anyways, guys, that is going to be our list for today. Did you know all 10? I'm sure maybe most of you knew a few, but I will be very surprised if you knew all of these. Anyways, we're gonna end it right there. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you guys are new to the channel and enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Peace out.